What's going on? It's your boy T-Vocal, the host, man. This is Music City Podcast, y'all. When I tell y'all I got a giant in the music industry today, man, this man first of all, he's a songwriter, he's an artist, producer. He's worked with a lot of people, but I'm not gonna tell you who I'm gonna let him tell you. He has been a pillar in the music industry over quite some time, and he's still in the game. I just got to telling him, man, longevity, man. This man has longevity in the music industry, and that's what you got to have. You want to have longevity, even when you get up in age where, you know what, I can't sing no more, but guess what? I have these other. I can write, I can produce, but I can still make some money, man. So I got my brother in the building. Y'all know him as Pit Boss. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm glad to be out here, man. And the weather's nice.
Welcome to Shreveport. Right. Come on, man. Welcome to Shreveport, man. Yeah, man. It's been, man, this weather been nice like all week, bro.
Yeah, that's same in Vegas right now. So, but it's just starting to heat up. When I got out here, I thought I was gonna burn it. Got out here and it was nice, breezy.
Yeah. So welcome, man. So tell the people, man, from who just now, man, who this guy? I know who is he? Who is he? Tell them who you are, bro.
Well, I'm glad nobody knows who I am.
Hey, that's kind of a good thing, though, man. Because
I'm serious. For the fact that everything that I'm working on doing now that God's blessed me with,
come on, bro,
is will have a bigger impact because they don't know. You know, I've been behind the scenes.
Come on, man.
But I started out, you know, grew up singing in a bunch of groups and all this type of stuff. But I got it from my mother, who just recently passed.
Yeah.
And she was sang in a group called Martha and the Vandellas. Yeah,
Hold up, bro.
Heat Wave and all the dancing in the streets. That's where I got my voice from, and why I never gave up in this business. And right when she just passed the other week,
wow.
And I told her, I said, I'm not gonna give up.
Come
I said,
on,
because of what you instilled in me, and
wow.
And you know, I don't even know how to quit. You know what I mean? I think I did for one day one time.
Yeah.
The next day I was right back at it.
Right back.
You know what I'm saying? But so singing and producing, but when I got on is when I moved to Vegas, and one of my boys who's actually in the singing group that I'm in right now, which is As Yet.
Come on, man.
The new As Yet.
The new As Yet. Yes, sir.
We added the 7154 after that, so you notice the new group.
New group, yeah.
He told Interscope Records about me. So I was out in Vegas doing my thing and making a name for myself, working with the group 702 and people like that.
Yeah.
And just hustling, riding around on a bicycle, man, getting from place to place in the middle of the summer. And in Vegas,
bro.
That's like 110 degrees heat, but I was grinding from studio to studio.
Wow, bro.
And then some people told them about me, man, and they were my boy told Interscope Records, Delane Roberts, he went to Kevin Black, who is responsible for 50 Cent, Eminem.
Come on.
Death Row,
come on,
all those records that everybody loved.
Yeah.
He picked all them records. He's the one that worked all those records. DMX, everybody you can think of, Eve, Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
I went to his office. I sat in there, and he put me on, man. He got me working on Tupac. This is right after Pac passed, and they put me up in a house in Modesto, California, and they showed up with briefcases with Pac's vocals in it, and like pistol on the side, like they don't play, handcuffed to him, you know what I'm saying? Handcuffed briefcase, Pac's vocals in it, and they say, all right, work, do what you do, man. They put it in the computer, all the acapellas, and I did like 10 of them. They'll come back, they'll take the vocals when they leave, come back the next day, let me work some more. I wound up.
So that's how it.
Yeah, that's how that went down, man. And
FBI stuff, man.
Yeah, they not playing with it.
Wow.
And so I got a call after I did all that, mixed some of the songs. I didn't know if I got anything on there. And then one of the artists I was working in between while I'm working on Pac, I would work with artists that were under my production company. So she was like, hey, you know, I'm in Vegas rolling down Flamingo. and just right by the Strip. And she goes, "That's one of them songs you did on Pac is on the radio." And I was like, "No, it ain't." I turned on the radio and it was Thug's Mansion. I don't know if you ever heard Thug's Mansion by Tupac.
Yeah.
It was playing on the radio.
Wow.
And I pulled off to the side. It was my first time having a song on the radio, so I pulled over. You know what I'm saying? I might have cried a little bit. Man. It might have been like 1 or 2 tears.
I would too. I mean, because you said this is like right after he died.
Yeah, this is that.
So
album.
you never.
I didn't work with him. It felt like he was there. I ain't gonna lie. It felt like it, man, because it's just me in the studio
with his vocals.
Yeah,
right?
with his vocals, playing them over and over, stuff that nobody's ever heard before. You know,
how was that feeling, bro? Like,
it was strange, man. It was strange. It was it was all a learning experience for me, man, because that's when I learned how to use Pro Tools, because I was always using outboard gear. Like, you know, I'm old school with it. Yeah, I'm using MPCs and all those types of stuff. I'm using all this outboard gear and that ADAT tapes. Anybody know about that?
Man, listen.
ADAT tapes and all that. So they taught me Pro Tools while I was there.
Wow.
So, and I did it on Pro Tools, man. But so it's just me in there, man, and just hearing his vocals over and over and breathing in between the lines and how he recorded and stuff, which was crazy. You know what I'm saying? They had to do a lot of magic with Pac because he was just in there knocking them out. That's why he had so many songs. Pac stayed in the studio like he knew he was gonna die. You know what I'm saying? He stayed in there and just got everything out that he could. So he wasn't worried about how it was recorded. You know what I mean? So yeah, once I got that on, I was in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? I started working with other people and getting other opportunities, man. But I've always been a singer, a writer, and producer. So you know, a triple threat, which would kind of always keep you in the game. You know what I'm saying? If you can do more than one thing. Because when the tracks ain't popping and you're not selling tracks, you can write for somebody.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? So it's been a long, hard road, man. You know what I'm saying? But I stayed in it, and where I'm at right now is I had met. Well, I know him for like 20 years. He was my partner. His name is Ralph B. Stacy. He's a super producer. I call him a super producer.
And you know what's so crazy? I'm going to put a pinpoint, man, on that. First of all, rest in peace to Ralph. I met him through the phone. I did I started my label, and I said, Slack, can you help me out, man? Can you help me? You know what I'm saying? What I need to do. So he put me on the game on this I forgot the name of it, where DJs listen to it, producers. I forgot the name of.
Is it a program?
Yeah.
Arcade, or which one is
media? It's some. I forgot. I don't know if it's media. Yeah, I forgot what the name of it was. But once you submit your song and all that type of stuff, anybody can get it.
Okay. I see what you're saying. You're talking about something else.
Yeah. So anybody can get it. So it's so crazy that Ralph heard it. He reached out to me, bro.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not a name drop person. I remember people I face. So if you say, man, I don't know. So when he reached out to me, first of all, I didn't answer the phone call, but I got a message, a voice message saying, hey, this is Ralph. Man, I'm loving this song, man. This your song? Yes. And then so I instantly called him back. You know what I'm saying? So he started talking to me and started telling me what he do and what he want to do, man. His heart, bro.
There's nobody like him, man.
Man, his genuineness, man, just over the phone, man. We talked literally, I'm not exaggerating, about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just talking about just life before we even got to my music and what I need to do to get it out there, because I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna do something, I'm not gonna just do it for my city.
Yeah.
I want this to meet the masses, so what I need to do. So that's when I hit up Slack, and I did that, and it was just so amazing how a domino effect by him calling me and the other people in the industry calling me. And I'm a little boy from Shreveport.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I have some great knowledge of understanding how can I get to the big people by having Slack and other people like that to mentor me into what I'm doing. So that right there, that's crazy that you said his name, because he was one of the guys that reached out to me and was willing to help me get my stuff on BET, get my stuff on these platforms and things like that. So that was a blessing, man. But yeah.
Well, Ralph B. Stay, I'm glad that you know him, man. I didn't realize you knew him, man.
Yeah, man.
But, no, he might have been 2 years older than me, but I looked up to him.
Okay.
Play every instrument.
Come on, bro.
He produced
Man, do
From
bad.
when he was younger, he produced Luther Vandross. He produced the song. His biggest hit was "Sleeping in My Bed" by
Yes,
Drew
sir.
Hill.
Facts.
Bobby Brown, everybody, Casey and JoJo,
Yeah,
all them dudes.
I was shocked when he sent me. I was like,
yeah.
"God,
Every
bro."
time we would see each other, we've known each other for 20 years before we start working. Almost 20 years.
Yeah.
But when we would see each other, we both looked up to each other. Like he I don't know why he felt that way about me, but because
Yeah.
like when I went to Interscope, their whole thing was Kevin Black. They want you to be like, they wanted me to be the new Timberland because I was unorthodox in my style of music, and I was humble. That's the number one thing they said. I was very humble, and I looked up to Timberland, and I started producing because of Teddy Riley. You know what I'm saying? These people that I listen to, but Phantom, I call him Phantom.
Yeah.
Ralph B. Stacey also goes by Phantom.
Yes, sir.
But he is polished. You know what I'm saying? I'm gritty. He's polished. So I'm like, why are you? Every time you see me, he bowed down and say, King.
Yeah.
And I would do the same thing
Right.
with him.
Yeah.
So then we kept saying, we're gonna work together, son. We're gonna work together. Finally did it. So it was like 2016. I said, look, man, I gotta feed my kids. I'm out here doing my rock thing because I'm a rock dude. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do for me.
Yeah.
I decided to leave all the music alone and just do what I wanted to do at one point for years.
Yeah, bro.
And I said, but now I'm starting to have kids. I got to take care of these kids.
Yes, sir. Life. Yeah.
I said, I got to get back in the game,
Come on, man.
And I hit him. He goes, man, I'm kind of in the same place.
Yeah.
He said, well, let's do something together. And then we became a team. We called ourselves Phantom Boss. And you can actually look that up. We have videos. We were wearing masks and all this stuff. We have some cool videos doing
YouTube?
EDM. And so you can go in there and look up Phantom Boss. The video's called Road.
Nice.
And it's us on our Harleys, wearing masks and traveling from Vegas to Malibu. We made an adventure out of it, with drones and all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
But
That's dope.
so when we got together, now we're combining something, man. We were strong together, me and this dude, because wherever he needed that grit, I was there.
You.
When I needed that polished sound, he was there. And then guess who came along? He said, well, I got this group. It was Shiloh.
Come on, man.
And that's how I met Slack and all. They came out and we started working on songs for them. And we had some cool joints, man. So I remember them from 2016 and started working with them to where they are now.
Yeah.
And I was just telling them yesterday, man, I'm proud of them, man. I'm proud of them because I have an idea of what they went through to get to where they are right now. And what it takes to stay together as a group is not easy, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been in groups and all that, and now I'm in the 5-man group right now. As yet, it's not easy. And I had a 2-hour conversation with Johnny Gill. I'm working with him on his new album.
Come on, man. Y'all hear that?
And he put me up on game, man, on a lot as far as how to deal with being with those many personalities. And it was really helpful, man, really informative, man. And he really helped me a lot that night. He didn't have to do that.
Ain't that a blessing though, bro?
Yeah.
Relationship. We just talked about it. Like building a relationship with people, man, will go so long, man, where here you are can have a talk with a legend like Johnny Gill that's been in the industry for a long time as a young kid. Yeah. And he's raised in the industry, you know what I'm saying? So for him to put out, because everybody busy, you know what I'm saying? And we can't take back time. We can't buy it. You know what I'm saying? So for him to do that, man, that's what's up, bro. Shout out to Johnny Gill, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah,
that's even showing how humble he is
he's
and
a cool brother,
how down to earth he is, man. For him to,
Yeah. And it's funny because I was the capacity that I was working in that day wasn't a producer. He loves my music and he wanted to do some work with me since Phantom passed. Yeah. Because Phantom kept telling me, man, you need to listen to my boy Boss, man. And he wasn't listening. And so the person that connected us all, well, let me just say this. Phantom passed from COVID. So once he passed from COVID, the other person he had just introduced me to was his longtime friend that was bodyguard for Bobby Brown and everything. He has a book out right now and all that stuff. AJ Alexander became my new partner. He stepped right in. He was like, I'm not even gonna let you grieve, man. He took me to the gym. He's like, we're gonna work out every day. You're not even gonna be crying. You're not gonna do none of that. And AJ got put on by being the bodyguard for New Edition when they were kids.
Wow.
So he's known Johnny all this time. So that's the connection with Johnny there too. So that's why I'm even working with Johnny now. But he called me one night and he goes, a while back, and he said, man, Johnny's in Vegas, he don't have his security. You know what I'm saying? Will you just, be security for him, hang out with him? And that's all it was. It's like I wasn't even security. I'm kind of a big dude. I'm bigger than him.
Yeah, it's just the perception that they want you to. Yeah.
I can handle myself, whatever.
Facts,
but he was in my town. You know what I'm saying? So it was more like hanging out.
Facts.
And we hung out, and we went to this private event. Man, it was really cool at the Mandalay Bay. And
come on, man.
And then afterwards, he sat down and chopped it up with me for about 2 hours, maybe more, man.
Yeah.
Maybe more. But he just really put me up on game on how to deal with it. And I thought I knew a lot, but you can always learn.
Always learn,
and then
bro.
especially from somebody that understands and especially on his level and how long he's been doing it. So.
Yeah, facts.
But Phantom, now where I'm at with Ralph Stacey is that kind of took me down for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got to a point, man, where I was like, I said I quit for a day once, but there was a moment after he passed where I had started working on this other project. I was trying to pick myself up and say, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna keep going somehow. And I was working on a project which I'm still working on now. It's a group called Hydra Shock. I'm a part of that. It's funk rock pop, kind of a cross between if you put CeeLo and Bruno Mars and Black Eyed Peas.
Oh wow!
So it's like 3 of us. It's a female artist named Trine, DJ Shadow Red from Vegas, and myself. So I was working on that, and I just got a lot of things happen all at once in my life, man. People got sick, people leaving, this, all kind of things, and I just decided, you know what, man, I can't. I've been at this forever. I'm just gonna let it go. That lasted about 2 weeks. I was depressed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I really hadn't been through the real depression in my life in that moment, and so then a friend called me, and he's a rapper that I've been working with for years, and he had some issues with his heart. And so he called me. Now I heard that his heart is like outside of his chest now. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a battery operated heart. He calls me and he says, hey man, can you help me out with my record? I got a little money, I'll pay you, whatever. I was like, what? I was like, man, I think I'm good, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and quit.
Right.
He said, man, my heart is literally outside my chest, and I'm not quitting. You gonna quit with all you got going for you? And then right after that, I was like, I got off the phone. I said, all right. I said, okay, God, you obviously not gonna let me quit. What's my path? And so the thing that I came up with, I had a few people they wanted me to join a couple other acts that you might have heard of.
Yeah.
One was like to go, or at least go meet with Teddy Riley for Blackstreet or something like that, and then go meet with this person and the Daz Band and all this type of stuff. And I just saying no to everything. I decided, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start saying yes to things. I'm gonna say yes to whatever it is. If it makes sense, I'm just gonna say yes to it and just see where it takes me. And I swear, man, 2 days later, my boy Jay Naughty, the one that took me to Interscope Records, told them about me. He calls me and says, hey man, I need to come by and talk to you. So he comes by with Kenny Terry. And Kenny Terry from As Yet is the tall one that had the braids with the baritone. Yeah. Kenny Terry came over. They said, man, we want to see if you want to be in the group. We building all around Kenny Terry. And I said, okay, when we start. Just like that. Right. I didn't think about it. And I said, because I figured this is what, they knocked on my door. So it's like, that's got to be God saying, hey, man, this is what I need you to do right now. And there's a reason for it. And that's what I did, man. And been working on that. I want to do like 25 songs, man, just to choose an album that we're going to put out now. And then now we have a single called Get Used to It. It's on Heart and Soul Radio.
Yes, sir.
XM.
Yes, sir. Y'all get that. Get that.
It's in rotation right now. We have a video done, and that's about to come out. And
I saw the promo video. I was like, oh, yeah.
It's all built. We built around Kenny Terry. Kenny Terry kept it together because they, keep it 100. There's been a lot of drama for that group over the years because I had to do my own research. You know what I'm saying? You're a part of something. You have to look into it.
You hear me? Seriously.
But I have met 2 of them over the years. I met Mark Nelson for a day, and he was super cool. Like, he put me up on game on some stuff. It was like 20 years ago. I just met him for one day because he was hanging out with one of my boys.
Gotcha.
So I met him, and I met one of the other ones. I I can't even remember his name, the light-skinned dude.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name right now. But anyway,
good, yeah.
So that's all I knew about As Yet. And it's funny because when I joined the group, I was like, man, I don't know. I didn't listen to y'all music, man. I was listening to Jodeci and Guy, man. They started laughing.
Right.
And I was like, I wasn't listening to y'all, so I was like, how the song go? You know what I'm saying? Last night, what?
Right, yeah.
But I'm serious. I keep it 100 though.
Facts, man. Hey, I feel you. Yeah.
And that's what they know about me too. I'm a clown. Me and Kenny Terry is the biggest jokers in the group, but I'm all about transparency, man, and keeping it 100. And like even I tell them, I said, man, only way I treat this like any other relationship. Mm-hmm. And any relationship, just with a female, a group, business, anything, is honesty, man. If you brutally honest, man, and you know that's what you get from me, you can't be mad at me, man.
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad because at least I know Drayton telling me the truth.
Facts.
I'm not gonna lie, because I believe that people that lie, they lie for two reasons. Because they're scared, or because they're ashamed. Mm-hmm. And if I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of, and I ain't scared of you, why would I be lying to you? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I live my life. And I'm in the MC motorcycle club, whatever. And
yeah, man.
Everybody in my club, it's about being honorable men. Hey. It's all about honor, man. That's how I live my life, by honor code. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
I just keep it 100.
Great.
Whether it hurts your feelings or you hurt my feelings, that's fine. Honesty, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way. And then so having that conversation with Johnny Gill, he really kind of broke it down. It's the honesty, but it's also respecting each one as a man and learning how to speak with them. And my boy Jay Naughty says the same thing in the group. So it's like with Shiloh, that's what's gonna keep them together.
Yeah, bro.
That's when it's not all. You get into this music business, man. It's not all about. It's sad that it can't just be about the artistry and all that. It's not though. It's not, because then everybody would make it.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
Man, come on, right?
And now
everybody,
it's oversaturated because you have everybody can make it, in a sense.
Right, and also too, you can be an independent artist.
That's what I'm saying.
And make it right. So
and what level of success to you it might be different to, let's say, an Usher. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if Usher woke up in the morning and only had 100,000 fans, he would want to jump out the window. You see what I'm saying? He's got millions. But to an independent artist, 100,000 is like buying my merch every day and listening to my music and loving me and appreciating me.
They living good.
That's
too.
that's like a million.
Yeah,
them,
facts.
You know
right.
So it's sad that it can't be all about the artistry, and there's a million stories out there about what people go through. And that my thing for that
is a lot of them. Golly.
My thing for that is this. I tell especially female artists.
Come on, help us.
Was helped me and was probably held me back at the same time, which is fine. Is that I won't compromise my principles. You get in this game, and you have to understand it. Like, you go into it knowing you're not gonna compromise your principles, man, because they're gonna try to get you to do it. Yes. And the thing is like you have to have this invisible ceiling, this line that you won't go past. They don't know it, what that line is, and then you have the one that's after that you go a little bit further if you have to, because there's certain sacrifices you do have to make in the business. But I'm not talking about the real bad ones, but I'm talking about you might have to take a little less here and all.
Facts.
But you don't tell them. You don't tell them like, I will go a little bit more, because what that does is when they get you here to that first line and they go, I got them or whatever, right? I got them to give in. But in your mind, you like, that's as far as I'm gonna go anyway. But I'm not telling you. But then when they get you to go a little bit further to that other invisible line that they don't know about, they think they got you to do that. They think they got you. You see what I'm saying? But you like, I gave myself that little grace, you know what I'm saying, that little space right there. You know what I'm saying? After that, I will not, you know what I'm saying, I will not compromise my principle. That's where it ends, but you don't know that.
You don't know that.
That's how I played the game. You know what I'm saying? So because of that works for me, and it works against me too, because that's why I'm not super famous, super rich and all that, because I wouldn't compromise my principles, and I can live with that. That's the thing. Can you live with it? Because when they know what you want, that's when they get you. When they know all you want is a car, they're going to get you a car. You see what I'm saying? I went to this one famous dude's house, real famous, man. He mixed one of the biggest rock groups ever. And he said, man, come to my house and work or whatever. He flew me to Miami. I'm working, and it's right by the beach. All this is all it's fly.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Man. He got
the scenery. Yeah.
Ridiculous cars.
Yes,
and
sir. Oh yeah.
And so one day he come to me. He goes, man, pit boss, because he's a white dude, right?
Yeah.
Pit boss. One day you could have a house like this. And I said, I don't want a house like this. And he was like, huh? I said, yeah, it's too big. He couldn't even understand it, man. He could not understand. Like, that house was too big for me. Like, I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine. Like, for some people, big house is a smaller, nice house is exactly what I want.
You hear me?
But this is too big for me. And I didn't say none of that, but he's just sitting there shocked. Like, come on, man. Like you don't want this.
Right.
I was like, nah. And he couldn't understand it. But that's how I've always kind of seen that. It's like, if they know that's what you want, then that's what they bring you, man. So you have to come in there knowing what you want, what you will do, won't do, not compromise your principles, man.
Yeah, I hear that. Not compromising your principle, man. This is Music City Podcast. I'm your boy T-Vogue, the host. Man, thank you, man, Pit Boss, for coming through. Man, so tell us, bro, how did it start for you in this journey of just being in the music industry? Because you are threefold, you know what I'm saying? So how did it start? Like, were you in a church, or did it just, like, how did it start, bro?
So in high school, man, I'll tell you this, because this is the very beginning of it for me.
Okay.
I grew up listening to Charlie Wilson. Gap Band was my favorite, and the Jacksons, because I sound like Michael Jackson when I was a kid, because I sang high.
Okay.
But I love the way Charlie Wilson sounds. So I had the posters on the wall, all this stuff, right? So that's why now when people hear me sing, they say I sound a lot like Charlie, and I sound a lot like Dino from H-Town. It's like I blend both their vocals because I listen to them so much. But when I was a kid, I wanted to sound like Charlie Wilson. And I wear a cowboy hat and all that. And, you know, it wasn't because of Charlie Wilson, but I just love cowboy hats. My family's from Texas, all that type of stuff. But one day when I was a kid, I was probably 8 years old. It was one of those commercials where they selling old records from the 60s, albums and stuff. And then a song came on by, I forget their name, man. Tommy James and the Shondells. And the song called Moni Moni.
Come on,
so
Moni.
It was a rock song.
Okay.
Now, I'm already a kid that, you know, my mother's kind of famous. She had a #1 single. Her name was Jason. She had a #1 single in the country for 2 years. She's off traveling, doing her whole thing. And I want to be like my mom. You know what I mean? So now I'm discovering rock music. So
yes, sir.
So I started doing rock music and R&B. So once I get to where I'm like 21, I'm still doing music, having bands and stuff, but I'm still doing it. And I know music, and I can tell you what I want you to do.
Man, right.
I couldn't play it. So I decided, man, I heard Teddy Riley. When I first heard Teddy Riley's music, I was like, man, you know what? I'm tired of going to these studios, paying and all this. I'm going to learn how to produce myself, and I want to be like this dude.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody inspired you. Yes, sir.
Now it's fine when people say, oh, it's not biting, man. It's like Prince and everybody listen to other people, James Brown and Corbett, but they did their own thing with it. So right. That was my plan. So I listened to Teddy Riley, and I was like, I want to do this, man. And this one brother named E. Borders, man, I wanted to meet him at the club or whatever, and we were both dressed kind of funky or whatever. We could tell we listened to the same type of music. We start talking. This dude was incredible producer. He grew up in a family of musicians. He said, man, let me show you how this works. He's the one that showed me how to play keys and record on a 4-track.
Come on.
Oh,
wow. 4-track.
And then you get an 8-track. I had a Fostex
Wow.
8-track recorder, man, with the little colored knobs and all that.
Come on.
So I'm sitting there and I'm learning chords. I'm learning all this. Then one of the homies, I ain't gonna say who he is, man. Actually, he passed now, man. Rest in peace, man. But he back in the day, some dudes had robbed him or did something messed up to him. So he went and robbed him. And he had a drum machine. He goes, hey man, here's a drum machine, man. You need to learn how to program drums. So it was a rolling 626 drum machine.
Come on, man.
So
Stick your fingers.
Now my studio's getting built. This is how my studio's getting built.
Okay, gotcha.
Man.
Yeah.
And I used to go for the keyboard. I would go to Kmart back then, buy a keyboard on payday, come record a part, return it. Whatever it took to be able to do music, man.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Whatever it took to be able to do music.
Because back in the day, you could have that butt for 2 years.
Yeah.
And you could take that butt back to
But I'm gonna tell you how what made me how I became a producer though.
Okay.
Now here my man was teaching me, but how I became a producer is because of Rick James. I was in a group called In Deep, and we were like we were R&B trio. And they was like two brothers out of church, man. We were killing in LA. And our manager was Rick James. This is after he got out of prison, Rick James, when he got on that one award show and said about his name. Like,
yeah, I'm Rick James. Right. Yeah.
This is that time. And he did the movie Life or whatever. Matter of fact, Eddie Murphy and all them were coming to the studio, and so he's our manager, and we're recording with him. And so I brought a song. I was like, I had been working on stuff. Nobody heard my music or whatever. Yeah. And I brought it. And it kind of sounded like a Rick James song, right? So I played it, and Rick was the only one that was like real cool with me, man. A couple other people laughed at me, and I was like, all right. And Rick pulled me to the side, and said, hey man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing it. You got something.
Yeah.
And I came back a month later. I wound up being the producer of that group. And we had dudes like Ralph Stacey producing. We had Emmanuel Officer writing records. We had the dude that did the Drew Hill stuff. Tell Me How to Want to Be, all them.
Yeah.
We had them producing. Now all of a sudden I became the sole producer because I was like, y'all laughed at me, man, and it just made me want to go. I didn't say nothing. That's why I didn't say anything. Dude. I wasn't mad. I went and I said, it was determination. You know what I'm saying? And I came back, and I was killing it. I wound up producing the whole demo for that group. And that's when I became a producer. It was Rick James just pulled me to the side. He the only one who wasn't laughing at me, man. Yeah, and he said, you got something.
Right, yeah.
Keep doing it, man. Yeah. They said he was going to call. They said he was trying to reach out to me 7 days before he died. Yeah. I wish he had it because I wanted to produce him. That would have been an honor, you know what I'm saying, to produce him after he was the one that inspired me to push on.
Right.
Yeah,
man, listen. Y'all hear these stories? I got somebody on here that is, man, bless you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Real talk, man. Bless you, man. It's awesome to just hear stories, man. And I'm here with you. I'm just in awe over here, man, because I'm just a little guy from Shreveport, Louisiana, and just trying to build a platform for our people in the industry to be celebrated and just have a great time and just sit down and talk, you know what I'm saying, and just talk about great things. But everybody always see everybody glory, but they don't get to see people's story.
Right.
So this is a great platform to just express, you know what I'm saying, things that you have went through and all that type of stuff. So, man, I appreciate you so much. I have a few questions I want to ask you. One of them is, how is it working? Because I know you're a producer, you're a singer, and you're a writer. How is it working with, well, when you first like start, like, okay, you know, I'm producing and stuff. But who was it when you got your first break of like producing and writing for someone?
So, I mean, outside of the groups that I was in, it was Young Rome from the group IMX Immature.
Yeah,
he had a song called Freaky, and there was a video to it, and Marion was like at the end laughing and doing something, but he was supposed to be on there, or he's in the beginning saying something too. But it was that whole family, man, that TG something, whatever it was.
Right, facts.
Yeah, so and Gorilla Black was rapping on it. So that was, and that's the thing I'll tell you with producers, because it was a lesson that I learned in that situation. My boy Gerard Harmon with Mad Funk, he's the one that got that record put on, and he said, give me some tracks, man, for Young Rome. So for those that don't know, Young Rome's the one that had the eye patch on his eye or whatever, but he raps as well, and he's dope. And so I send 20 tracks. So I put this, what I thought was the strongest ones first, and all the way to the weakest.
Yeah. you put them like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking.
So what you do here, play, you go hear about hot stuff
but
first. Yeah.
The thing is, you think you know what they want, and you don't.
Come on.
You don't, because everything I'm listening is based off of some stuff that I heard, and I'm just like, okay, you must like this. Most artists don't want what they've already done. They want something different.
Or something new.
Something new, you know what I'm saying?
Fresh,
that can take them to another level.
Come on.
But you can't exactly know that what that is unless you sit in a room with them and you vibe with them and do like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did with Janet Jackson.
Facts.
Tell me what's going on in your life and all that, and start building and writing. So if you're not doing that and you sending off tracks, you don't know what's going to happen. So, man, they picked the last song on the last track. The last track.
Wow.
And guess what? The last track was more me than anything else. When I just say, I don't care what nobody think about this track. I'm just doing what I feel.
Yeah.
As opposed to just
not what you kind of
what I think they want.
Yeah.
That's the one he picked. You just never know.
Yeah. That's wow, bro.
That's happening to me right now. There's a female rap artist named Lila McDonald, and it just dropped. This song is called Juicy. And it's a hot, funky record. Y'all go check it out. It's called Juicy. And she is my partner's artist. She signed to AJ Alexander.
Yeah.
Now, understand AJ has a boot camp, man. And him and Usher, and they about to do something really big in Vegas. And he's a big part of it.
We need that back.
Yeah, because what he did
artist
for Usher.
Development, man.
Artist development. He had Usher running, working out, doing taekwondo, standing on top of. If I just saw Usher out there in a video of him standing on some balloons while he's rehearsing. AJ had him standing on basketballs. That's where that comes from. Wow. He had him balancing himself on basketballs. You know what I'm saying? So it's that artist development. So this record with her, I'm thinking it's cool. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's funky. I like it or whatever. He takes it, puts it out, and everybody's calling. He just told me, he said Usher called him from overseas saying, man, that song is fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I didn't think so. And I heard Pooh Bear, he write for Justin Bieber and all that. I just saw him on IG saying the same thing, like with that song, What Do You Mean by Justin Bieber?
Yeah.
He didn't think it was all that great. And they tell him, no, this is one. He's like, nah. And then it's like 25 million. So you don't know, man. You don't know, but you put yourself into it. You put the time into it, and you keep working. And then where it's supposed to go, where it's meant to be, that record, who it belongs to, is gonna get to him if it's meant to be.
So your top, what was your top record that you produced? That you like, you know what? Hey, I ain't gotta do nothing else. I feel like I made it, but no, I still got to do more.
It hasn't come out yet.
Okay, wow.
I was playing a little bit. Slack knows it.
Yeah,
it's called "Wake You Up With It."
Come on.
I would say it's after I did that record, I've been trying to do more like it ever since. I was like, even if I don't get as good as this record,
I gotta hit it. It's
gonna get close to it. I'm gonna get close. Anything I come close to this record, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. That it's called "Wake You Up With It." I wrote it for Charlie Wilson, but when he heard it, it was a little too risque for him.
Okay.
So I changed it to "Wake You Up With Love," so you would get, that's what it was, because that's not what I was saying at first. So,
sir.
But it's right now, as of right now, it's As Yet has recorded a record, but Johnny really wants this record too. So it's kind of up in the air right now where that's at. But
so how does it work, like when something like that, if an artist hear this, man, I want this, man, I want that, but then somebody else, you wrote it for somebody else. How does that come along? Is it paperwork, or is it almost like, well, is word of mouth? I got a track for you, but then here come Chris Brown. Hey, bro, I understand they want that track, but man, gotta get. How does that work?
It's called the music business.
Come on, help us out.
It's the music business, man.
Come on, Doc.
This is a business because that's how I feed my kids.
Come on, Doc. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So,
sir.
If you moving too slow, it's going to Joe. You know what I'm saying? Because This is how I feed my kids. Just like you're gonna take it and you're gonna do what you're gonna do with it and feed your kids.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not writing this for myself. I didn't produce these songs for myself. I got songs that I do for myself and nobody hears them. Mm-hmm. But this is what I do.
Eat.
Yeah, this is how
my
I
bread
eat.
and butter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's no hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? It's none of that. It's all business. Because at the end of the day, I guarantee you, even if they didn't get that song, later on they'd be like, man, I wish I had got that song. It's not gonna be hard feelings about it. They're gonna be like, man, they didn't pay for it. They didn't move fast enough, or they didn't pay enough, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's a business, man. If you forget that, I've forgotten that a lot in the game, and because I'm a good-hearted dude and all that, and man, they will run right over you.
Man,
they will run right over you. You gotta keep it business first. Well, when you it depends on the situation. You walk into a situation, you want to show that you're a personable person and you're a good dude and all that, and we can have a conversation and talk and laugh and joke. All right, now let's get down to business.
Right.
And then when it's about business, it's about business.
Business, right.
And ain't no feelings involved. You know what I'm saying? And when the business is done, we back to laughing and joking again. And that's how you got to be in the game, man.
Yes,
I mean, I'm not as big as you even made me out to be. In my opinion, all I'm doing is doing what I love to do, and I decided I'm gonna die doing it, man. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, bro.
I'm gonna die doing it. So
God gave it to me.
Yeah, however anybody sees me,
yeah,
it's fine. But the one thing they're gonna say is he never quit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, you're awesome, dude, man. Thank you so much for being on here. But before we do leave, man, can you get tell the people how can they follow you? How can they follow you on social media?
I'm on IG, Drayton the Boss.
The Boss.
Drayton the Boss. And then also you can catch me on As Yet Music.
Yes, sir.
7154. That's us. And then we have this song out, Get Used to It, right now.
Go get
it. Oh, there's a story behind that. I just told the guys last night.
Okay, cool.
That was originally, musically, it was a song for Shiloh. Back, they didn't do nothing with it. And I went and reworked it and wrote a whole new song to it, and now it's out on the radio. But the song was hot, and someone else had wrote something to it.
Yeah. But that's how music be, man. It works. Yeah, it's
back
weird.
to what you were just saying, and what we were just talking about. Yeah. Because if you don't move on this, somebody else gonna move on it, and I took that and reworked it, and now that thing out on the radio. Yeah. So it's just
it was meant to be for y'all.
Yeah. So
they inspired it, but it was meant to be for y'all. Yeah.
Right, and you can also Hydra Shock. You can also catch me on Hydra Shock as well. That's all on IG, HYDRUSHOK. Hydra Shock. Those three things there.
Yes, sir, man. Before you do leave, I definitely want you to do something for me. But before that, can you just give the people, the audience that's watching today's episode on Music City Podcast, some words of encouragement to get them through whatever they're going through, because this industry is tough.
Yeah.
You can be hurt. A lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. That comes with the music, and we see it on the perception on TV. It's and so Gucci and gold.
Right.
But behind the scenes, man, we have a lot of artists that are falling. We have a lot of musicians that are falling. We have a lot of producers that are falling. And I'm not saying falling as in dying. It just they lose hope. They lose their energy. They lose their zeal because of how this industry is. They cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? You can be thinking that, okay, it's going good for 2 weeks, but then they really plotting to make sure that you get into this contract, and now I control you for this much of time. And then also too, they can put your stuff on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna put your on now. You can't do no music.
Yeah.
Because you got a contract and things like that, man. So can you just encourage the people, bro, for me?
Yeah. The one thing I'd say as far as those contracts go, is it's about clauses. You getting what you negotiate. That's always been a thing. You get what you negotiate.
Yes.
So if don't put yourself in a position to be locked in for, say, 5 years or something without having a clause that says you don't do nothing for me for 6 months, then I can bounce. You know what I'm saying? You got to have things like that to where you can get out of it if they decide to just get your, you just got to have those clauses. So it's like I said, it's the music business.
Yes, yeah.
But as far as as far as like personally, me, what I tell myself, it goes back to the not compromising your principles.
Yes,
for
sir.
one.
Not
The other thing is when it comes to believing in yourself and what it is that you're trying to achieve, man, you have to set goals for yourself. You have to do everything. My dad told me, he says, do everything for yourself that you can, because then people are more apt to help you because they know it's not going to be wasted on you. You see what I'm saying? And that's how, to this day, I do everything myself. I used to, when I first got put on with the Pro Tools after I did Tupac, and I went home and bought a Pro Tool. They gave me like $100,000 for doing that Tupac thing.
Yeah.
So I went and got Pro Tools myself. Now that I learned how to use it, and gave away my ADAT. I didn't sell them. I gave them to somebody that was still using them, right?
Yeah, come on.
And so I had the oldest one, the Digi 001, man, when people moving on to all the big ones and got more tracks. And then people were like, man, how are you doing 100 tracks on this old version? I said, I work with what I got.
Come on.
I do the most with what I have.
What you got.
And then when something else, and then when people see me doing it, they go, Ralph Stacey goes, hey man, here, take mine, man. This is a newer version with a whole computer with everything already in it. And I just went to the next level with that. But it's the same thing, man. They see you, they know it's out. He knew it wasn't gonna be wasted on me. And I went to work. Do as much as you can for yourself, and be on top of your business, man. And don't compromise your principles. And one last thing, this might be more just me, but it's what worked for me.
Come on, bro.
There was this my brother had hung this picture, this Japanese picture in the bathroom, and it said in Japanese or something, it said have less desires. So basically how I took that as downsize all these things, these big things that I want, downsize it into something small, and achieve that. And when you get that, but if you get all this other stuff on top of it, that's just extra.
Just extra.
But when you're reaching for all that and everybody sees what you're going for,
on, bro. Come on.
They trying to block you. They trying to do that. They don't realize you just trying to get this right here.
That's it. Yeah.
But you'll be happy to have all of that, if or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm going for. And then so once I did that, now everything else just looks like icing on the cake to me. You know what I'm saying? Any outside blessings, man.
Yeah. So y'all heard it, man, from my brother, man. Pit Boss in the building, man. Thank you so much, man, for being on my podcast, man. It means a lot to have people like you to just take your time out, bro. Like I say, you can't buy time, you can't get things like that. So I'm appreciative for you to even say, you know what, I come on this platform to talk, man, because we need people like you. And continue to do what you're doing, man. We need people like you in the world. We need people like you in the music industry that really see people for who they are, not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really respect people, man, and you love people. And I see the God in you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah. And that's what it's about, having the God in you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You are a light. And I'm thankful for that. But before you leave, man, I got something for you, man. I need you to sign. I need to call it something, but I am a drummer, so I have my bass head, man, I got season 1 and season 2 of great artists around the world that have signed this, man, and I'm so thankful that you're able to sign this, man. So here you go, right here, bro.
All right.
Yes,
absolutely.
Come on.
Find me a spot.
Yeah, find you a spot, bro. Yes.
Right here.
Come on. Blessings, bro.
God.
Yes, sir. Blessings. Come on. Thank you so much, bro. Yes, sir. Hey, it's up from here, y'all. It's y'all don't understand, man. God is good, man. God, if you do what you ask God for, and you stick to that, man.
I was at the airport coming out here, Shreveport.
Come on,
bro. I had a 2-hour layover in Houston, right?
Yeah.
And my dad had called, and I was telling him, I said, man, I'm sitting here because, you know how you get the algorithm going on something with IG.
Yeah.
If you're looking, so I'm looking at Bible verses every single day.
Come on, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now a bunch of them pop up, but every time one pops up, it seems like it's just for me in
just
that
for
moment,
you, bro. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there at the airport, and they kept popping up back to back, and it was just basically just reassuring me, man, that what I'm doing, I'm on the right path.
Come on.
Just don't worry.
Come on,
That's
bro.
that's all it was telling me, was just don't worry, man. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
I mean, of course, in other words, but that's how I took it.
Yeah, yes, how you took
and it's just, confirmation, man. So I like getting that confirmation. It seems like every day that I'm getting it, so I know I'm on the right path.
You are.
You know what I'm saying?
You are.
And I keep it about my kids.
Yeah.
And once I did that, once they became my main purpose, man, that and I didn't make it about all these other things.
Yeah.
Other things I wanted are starting to come too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then, you know what's so crazy? They say your latter days will be greater.
Hey, I must be having latter days because this kid at the hotel.
right. Tell that story right quick, man. Tell them about the story, bro.
I don't know if y'all can see my boots.
Yeah,
man.
we can see you.
I've been wearing these boots for 20 years, man.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, everybody's like, you got them old space boots. And now everybody like my boots. Now they think they tight or whatever, right? And some kid at the hotel I walked by last night, he go, hey, man, look at you, man. He said, to be your age and understand drip like that. I'm telling you, man. I just start rolling, man.
Yeah.
Anybody, like, they say crazy stuff to me, I laugh. I don't get mad, man.
He
said to be your age, understand drip like that.
The drip like that.
Like, all right,
to understand it. Son, I had drip before you had drip. I probably was one of the ones that invented drip. You know what I'm saying? Come on, yeah.
It was funny, though.
But, man, thank you so much, man, for coming on Music City Podcast. This means a lot to Shreveport, Louisiana, to have someone of your caliber, bro, in our city at this time, to put a spotlight on Shiloh from Shreveport, Louisiana. My brother has wrote two songs on there. Can you tell me?
Chances and bedroom, meet in the bedroom. I forgot what I called
it.
Bedroom.
Y'all go get Shiloh new album. It's out. Y'all go see it. But this is one of the guys right here. You understand, that has wrote for so many people. Y'all heard the stories. Y'all heard who he talked to on a daily. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, this legit. So y'all need y'all to subscribe, because I'm always gonna have some great people on here. I'm always gonna surprise you with someone that's great, that's going to help you out. It ain't about here having people of his caliber to have clout chasing. No, it's not that. It's to celebrate them, but also to get some knowledge and just stories about things, because sometimes we don't have those platforms to even hear stories like that, to even help us too. So, man, thank you so much again. This is your brother. I'm your nephew, all that good stuff. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on Music City Podcast. Your boy T-Vocal, the host. This is my brother Pitt Boss in the building. As yet member, yes. So y'all go grab their music too as well. Got a new single. What's the single, bro?
Get used to it.
Listen.
Hey.
Y'all see this platform? Get used to it. Huh?
Do that.
Love y'all much. Hey, peace, love, and hair grease, man. Y'all be blessed. Peace.